welcome to Desert Ox Farms. We are live, and we are getting up some green beans. Ooh, man, it's been a good week. We've already off to a good year. Hello, Briar. How are you? I figured out, Briar, how I can say thank you for your super chat. And it looks a little something like this. Now, if you're in the vertical, you didn't see that. But if you're on the regular full screen, you just saw what happened. So if you're in the vertical, I would recommend going to the regular live feed. But let's see, tonight we got these green beans we're going to finish getting up. We have a few other contracts. We've got a transport contract that we're going to finish. We've got a rock removal contract to take care of. And we need to get ourselves moved into the next month if we can, so that we can get some wheat or barley planted. One of the two, doesn't really matter, because we need straw. We got to have something for the bedding for our buffaloes. And we need to be able to mix up TMR. All we got for them right now is silage. And we've got some rice that we need to harvest. So we've got quite a few things that we're going to have to get done tonight. Louisiana State Modding. How's it going? I'd say it's going pretty good, man. I'd say it's going pretty good. Like those screenshots you dropped there in the Discord. That desk is pretty sharp. I like that desk. Just riding. We're letting the AI operate the harvester here, and boy, he seems confused, doesn't he? You got more coming. Wow. Missing the whole daggone road. You can ease over more than that, pal. It's okay. Nobody's gonna get mad at you. Working on the homestead, yeah, I get that. So, did you get moved? Was that the new place that was in the pictures that you had put up on Discord? Oh, she's gonna go off course. What are you doing? Oh, sweet. Why in the world did you just turn around to go the other way? Okay. Let's do this. I'm just gonna put this on. And actually, let me see the lines. I want to see if they match up. What's up, Cody? I wonder, was she getting ready to... Oh, she's doing the up-downs. She do all that crazy, go so far out of the way to do the up-downs. So, let's look at our course. Oh, not that. Let's turn that off. Look at our course. It's not too bad. Maybe we'll let you get back to that. Yep, we'll let you do that. Oh, you know, not a whole lot. Just playing some farm sim. What's up, JH? Welcome, welcome. You guys just rolling in here. We got the green bean contract to finish up, but we also have some transports. We got some rock removal. As a matter of fact, I think we'll head on over to the transport mission and get that knocked out, because I already got myself over here. So get this knocked out, and then we got a rock removal contract we need to do. We got some rice that we need to get harvested of our own. So we got lots to do. Lots to do. So, how was everybody's week? You think to do a map? Yeah. That's pretty ambitious. You're going to have a lot to learn with that. I promise you that. I can tell you a good place to get started if you want to do some map modding is to go to Farmer Bob. He's got a channel on YouTube, and his stuff that's on 22 is still going to be relevant. Even the stuff on 19 is still going to be relevant. But he has new videos that he's been putting out for 25, and he does a lot of stuff on how to do maps. So Farmer Bob is a great resource. He can be a little difficult to understand because he's got a bit of an accent, but he's still a really good source. I think not too long before 22 ended, he had dropped a kind of like a blank map template for you to use for 22, and you could take that into the editor and you could use it to make whatever map you wanted. Basically everything was set up in it. You just had to put your buildings and that sort of thing. The crops and all that stuff had been put into it. You could create your own fields. You know, all the crops have been coded in. I'd say my New Year was pretty good. I sat around on the couch watching movies. We did like a lot of people do. We tuned into the Times Square and watched them drop the apple, that sort of thing. That, nothing real crazy. I don't do a whole lot for New Year's anymore. I hadn't in a long time. I used to get plumb bummed out if I didn't have somewhere to go, party to go to or something. And come on, man, just keep skipping across on me. Smash down in there. Come on. Just hold to it. Man, it keeps slipping. It's like this thing's got grease on it. What the heck? You're not getting away this time. Come on. Alright, you're getting away. I don't want to sit there and fight it. Yeah, it wasn't anything that I would call, spectacular or wild and crazy. What the heck? The jaws are just steady opening up all on their own. That's one way to drop your logs. Come on, Giants, get your stuff together, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've messed around doing some edits and stuff, but I've never really gone like all out as far as making maps. Make a few little changes here and there. Maybe remove some obstacles or some hedges and stuff like that. I don't get too crazy. Oh, jeez. Come on, get up here. Yeah, this is going great. Even when you can load these logs, they don't always cooperate. Clearly. And we are going to smash you in there. Get in there. Giving me such a hard time. Silly little log. Yeah, the cool thing though is that, you know, once you get into modding and you get a handle on it, you figure out what it is that you want to do, you can do anything you want. And since you'll be on PC, you won't be limited to scripts. I go ahead and start learning how to do Lua and that sort of thing. You know, you can check videos out on YouTube and all kinds of stuff to kind of get a head start on some of that stuff. Lua scripting, from what I understand, is not something that's super difficult. I haven't tried it myself. It's a fairly basic scripting language, from what I understand. But it's still, it's something I think it's not super easy to master. Oh yeah? You say you're... How interesting are we talking here, Cody? I'm almost afraid to ask. Cause aren't you out in Nevada? Isn't that right? You're out in Nevada? Did you find your way over to Vegas for the new year? It's not quite how I wanted that to go. Let's see if we can get one of these right here. Get one of these right here. Squish this one out in there too. Go ahead, squishy squish. You got this. Went to Bishop. I don't know where that's at. So you went to hang out with the guy from the X-Men? Is that what you're telling me? Isn't he from the future? Did he give you any good stock tips? I could use some good stock tips. If he had nothing but end of the world stuff to say, we don't want to know about all that. So what happened in Bishop? You got me curious, man. You say it was real interesting. What happened? What happened? Tell us all about it. Give us the dirt, man. Logging's not bad. If you're not doing hardwoods, which, I mean, that's what everybody says. As far as hardwood goes, you don't really gotta harvest nearly as much. Tesla is up. I guess that's good. That all folded up, and yeah, it's gonna get smashed whether it wants to get smashed or not. Oh, where's this gotta go? That'd be helpful. I ain't got a clue where it's gotta go. Let's see, wood transport going to the carpentry, so we gotta take this all the way back into town. Okay, well, let's boogie. Ooh, got a little lag going there. Hey. And now we on the wrong side of the road. We learn how to drive in a minute. Maybe. I doubt it. Not daggum cold. I'm getting over the cold, but I still got this little cough, man. It's about the most aggravating thing in the world. We're going to take the scenic route around the coastline back to town. We get to go across that cable bridge, that suspension bridge. Get the fancy road. Let's get it where we can. Oh, no, not like that. There we go. Get it where we can see what's going on as we come in. Oh, hey, this is where that tornado come across here. You know, we got those trees over by the field, and then you got trees right here by the water. They just try to tear up everything. See, there were a few right across this middle right here. Came across. You can kind of see a little bit of a gap in the trees. It come right over the hill right there. I feel like it just barely did miss our farm. That nice scenic view. Got the Friendship cargo ship over there. It's a fancy suspension bridge. Got all the cables right down the middle. I think we can turn right here and get over here to the carpentry. As a matter of fact, this is probably the better way to go. We go by this suspicious surf shop because there are no. It's a nice little tea house. There are no waves. Hutan Pantai has the calmest harbor of anywhere. There's no reason for us to have a surf shop, but we got one. I think the white man Freddy might be running that thing. Any of you that watched the Tulsa King will get that reference. If you haven't watched the Tulsa King, what are you doing with your life? Tulsa King is awesome. Man, guess that completes the contract. And I guess we could take this back, but we got to give it back to David. We can run across town. We got our rock removal right over here at field 22, Nathaniel's favorite field. We can check the price on that field too while we're over here. Enter the Hutan. Now on tour. Okay. Hey lady, how's it going? That's like the Vegas Strip. All the neon lights down through there. Not quite. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, if you want to try out some logging, Louisiana, then go for it, man. I would try it out on. Yes, Tulsa King is an awesome show. I would try it on the New Frontiers map, just because there's a lot more pine on that map. As far as the hardwood goes, it is a kind of a pain, but it's not really a big deal. Oh, it was still running. We're just gonna. Here we go. Back off a little bit so it's not so loud. You can just see it from the air. But yeah, I would try it on New Frontier first before I did it anywhere else. Oh, there's a rock pile there now. Get this one then. The thing with hardwood is you got so many branches, and some of them will try to fall through the map, and that makes it kind of a pain in the butt. But pines, you don't really have that issue. They're a lot easier to trim up the branches on. Matter of fact, we could probably cut a few trees, sell them over at the sawmill. Maybe. I'm pretty sure we'll probably have time for that. You'll see just how aggravating it can be. Because mostly all we have on our property is hardwood. Oh, we got to check on the harvester. We went and got up all that wood and forgot all about the green beans. That's going to take the longest out of everything we got to do. That's going to complete this. I'm not going to scoop up these rocks. Don't really have much use for them. We'll let Noah have that back. Thank you, Noah. And we'll jump back over here to our green bean harvester. He's still moving. That's good. No, he's not. He's probably sitting there waiting on me. Sorry, dude. I had to go out and get a burger and fries. Let's see if we... Oh, wait. Does this load from the back? I forget. I think it unloaded from the back, didn't it? Or did it go to the side? Kind of looks like it goes to the side. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we gotta get to the other side of it. I see the belts. They always put us off on the crop side, don't they? What's up with that? There you go. It's like the spinach harvester is just not quite as big. It'll throw you off. I did see the Moss Valley map tour. I tried Moss Valley back on 22, and it's a pretty good map. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at you. You pulled away from the crop and made room for me to get in there. Do something else. Yeah, I tried it back on 22. It is a good map. It's not the easiest map. If you're a beginning farmer, and that one can be challenging because it has some hills on a lot of those fields, and you're not used to field or hills. That one can be tricky. Yeah, it is going to our canning factory. We'll just run this over while we're waiting on them. While we wait on them to get filled back up, we'll make us a little trip. Get done with this guy, and then we'll head over to our place and start getting up our rice. Some bigger fields. Have you tried Hutan? I mean, there's some decent sized fields on Hutan. I mean, just that right there across the middle, those are some pretty big fields. They're not like crazy massive or anything, but they're good sized fields. And then, like, let's see, come right here to the map. You buy 8, 9, and 12 and combine that, man, that's a huge field. If you buy 1 and 2 and combine that, that's going to be a huge field. I don't know. I mean, that's the railroad track that runs across here between 4 and 5. But you should be able to combine it up underneath the railroad track because it's above the ground. So 4 and 5, 11, 13, and 14. And then not only that, but if you combine them, you'll have some really irregular shaped fields up here, 44, 45, and 43. You just drop a plow right between them, make those all just one big field. You have some good sized fields, that's for sure. As far as the maps go with base game, Riverbend Springs, if you don't get into any of the construction projects or anything, has got to be the hardest map out of all of them, and it's because of the field sizes. Small fields make it really hard to progress in the game because you have such low profits. So the bigger the fields, the more the profit. You know, the quicker you can compress. Got tongue tied. The quicker you can progress through the game. Sri Lanka has a lot of fields that you can combine. Yeah, whenever you got to play on a map that doesn't really catch your attention to begin with, it makes it a little hard. You know, I'll tell you the thing, like with 22, Elm Creek, I loved that map. That map had me hooked. I believe that map alone sold me on Farm Sim. I was like, man, this map is so amazing. Now, I've been on it so much now that it doesn't have quite the same luster, but it has a very nostalgic feel. It feels a lot like the South, which is what I really liked about it. There were other maps, you know, that, man, there were how many maps that came out for 22? It's over 300 maps. And I didn't play all of them, but I played on a lot of them because finding a map that really resonates with you, man, that's choppy. I don't like how choppy that is. Finding a map that resonates with you, that's hard. Playing on hard economy, yeah. I like to have some progression as I'm playing, so I tend to play either on normal or easy. When you play it on hard, dang, oh, throat's all kind of choked up here. When you play it on hard, you have a much slower progression. Oh, I should have turned right there. Oh no, this is the right way. This is one way. I just like having a steady progression. Plus, I mean, being on PC, I can change up how difficult it is along the way. Well, you can on console too. I mean, you can change the economy, but I just mean like I can add or take away money, stuff like that. If I feel like I'm progressing too quickly, or I kind of want to change up how things are going on a map. Some maps, I really like them. I might progress too fast or get too big, and then it's like, you know what? I want to change it up a little bit. Yeah, I agree. There are a bunch from 22 that be good. Like Combined Counties by Cavalier Roy. That's an absolute banger. It's a 4X map. It takes 4 of the maps that he made and combines them to make one. And that map is really, I should have turned back there, it would have been better. Oh well. But it takes 4 maps that he made and he puts them together just to make one big map. And it's awesome. Individually, the maps are all good, you know, but put them together and the maps are great. Each one of them is a good bit different from one another, so you feel like you have regions that you go through, which is pretty cool. And then on top of that, there's a lot of the things in his maps that are really customizable. Like you can trim the hedges and stuff like that. Well, I say you can trim the hedges. Like on European maps, you tend to have a lot of hedgerows or hedges between the fields and stuff. He makes it to where, like, inside of the hedgerow, there'll be like a light pole, and it won't be this tall. It'll be hidden inside the bushes, but you can go over and cut it down, and it'll remove a section. I think some of you guys were around whenever we were still on 22, and you probably saw me play on that one. Corinthian Countryside. I can't. That's not how you say it. Yeah, but Mr. Hector had one that I really loved. It was, I can't pronounce it. It was something Corinthian Countryside or something like that. I really liked it too. I put a good bit of time on that one. But Mr. Hector makes some good stuff. Carpathian. That's it. Carpathian. Drawing blanks here. Now whip that thing around there, buddy. You kind of missed the corners on that, but that's all right. I don't want to drive because it's kind of slow paced. I don't want to sit here and wait either. Yeah, I was on time today. I didn't oversleep. Surprise, surprise. Hey, yeah, it happens to a guy one time, and you gotta hold his toes to the fire like that. Thanks, Cody. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I agree. It's a banger. And if he decides to bring that one to 25, that'll be awesome. Let's see what we can do while we're waiting. Oh, we got a cultivating contract. Let's do that. Yep. We'll go do this while they're working on that. We should be done before they get done. Let's see, this is it's over here close to this farm that we want to buy. So this should be pretty easy to find. Field 44. Let's get in the cab. He said he was. And he's redoing it from the ground up. That sounds like Mr. Hector. I like the buildings and stuff that he does, because he'll release those on Mod Hub too. It won't just be the map. In 22, you remember the ramp he had on the main farm that you could use as a workstation? It's like you could drive up on the ramps, you know. Somebody tried to take that and republish it on Mod Hub, and he created that himself. the drive up workstation. It was pretty egregious kind of thing, because Carpathian was a fairly new map. It hadn't been out very long, and all of a sudden one of his buildings just pops up. It's like, you sure you can use that, buddy? I do too. I did too. I actually had all of his in my mod files. I would use them on just about every playthrough. Matter of fact, the community server that I had going for 22 had his cow barn on it. Is it the very back field? 43. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the one that's in the very back corner over here. You did too? They were just good. It's really good. If he does them on here, they're going to be amazing, because you'll be able to draw your own pastures. So the ones that have the pasture to the side, you'll be able to make, you know, your pasture however you want. That's going to be pretty awesome. Let's get this folded out. Yep. 3 headlands. Yeah, we can do 3 headlands. Woohoo! Let's do this thing. I tell you what, this track John Deere is a beast. It is a straight up beast. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah, I like Mr. Hector. Oh, Louisiana State, get his computer and get to modding. He wants to do maps. You know, he should have a unique take on things. We've only had, that I can remember, like one Louisiana style map. Him being in that rice belt area around Arkansas and all that. You know, maybe he can give us a good Arkansas or Louisiana map. Show Giants how to do it. 1,000 head of cattle. Yeah, no kidding. I like cattle farms that have that'll hold lots of cows. They may not be very realistic, but excuse me, but I do like them. You know, it's all about the production. If you only got like 100 cows, your production's not so great. And you know, you want to do stuff like your dairy, and you want to be able to keep it going, and you got to end up putting down another cow shed. It's like, I don't want to put down a whole bunch of cow sheds. I just want to put one down, and then have an epic field to go along with it. Oh yeah? So we used to grow a lot of tobacco around here, but we don't anymore. Matter of fact, growing up, I used to hang it in the barn. That was always fun. We didn't have the barns that you had to crawl up in the rafters on. We actually had dryers. So we had little racks that you could put them in, and they were 3 rows high, and you could stand on the ground level and hit the top rack. It usually took 2 people to hang it though, because you could pack that rack pretty full. Once it was dry, it just took 1 person. But you crack open that barn door on that tobacco barn, and that smell hits you. Oh, it's so good. That'll make you a nicotine addict all on its own. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. We were just talking about you, man. See that you're back. You've worked like a dog in tobacco. Yeah, we were just talking about you, Louisiana. That's what happens when you go away, man. People start talking about you. Do you find you use the GPS all the time on that work? No, not all the time. It's just that as far as like if I do like in-cab work, I tend to use the GPS a good bit. Whenever I'm not in the if I'm not doing it in the cab, I'd say it's probably 50-50. Well, we weren't exactly talking about your nicotine problem. Do you use the the steering assist very much, Cody? I don't like it to show the lines. That's kind of immersion braking for me. On build redo. You use it all the time. Yeah, it really just depends on what you got going on. I mean, sometimes you can do it just as quick without it, without using the steering assist. Really just kind of depends. I don't think of it as a I gotta have it kind of thing. It is, but it's nice. Definitely is nice. See how that locks in, if it stays out there like it's supposed to. Looks like we're doing good. What kind of graphics card are you looking at in that pre-built? As far as modding goes, you don't really gotta have like a super great PC to mod with. You can do it, I don't know, on a pretty low end PC. You're going all the way, 4090. I hear that. I'm not sure when it comes to modeling and that sort of thing, how NVIDIA and AMD stack up to one another. I know as far as editing goes that AMD is a much, or not AMD is, but Intel is a much better. Oh geez, I'm just hitting all the brands. NVIDIA is a better choice when it comes to editing. Jeez Louise, man, talking about getting tongue-tied. But yeah, as far as modeling goes, I'm not really sure which one works better. I would think that the NVIDIA would probably be a better option just because it works better with modeling, but it don't necessarily work that way. So it's hard to say. I would definitely get an M.2 drive instead of just a standard solid state drive. I would get the M.2 drives because the M.2 drives make so much of a difference in your gameplay, everything, whether it's your editing or whatever. Man, what is with all this chop? The frame rate keeps dropping out. I'll be so glad when Giants gets back on the 7th. Hopefully they will have a patch ready to go, because they need to do some doctrine on Farm Sim. I love this game, but man, it needs some updates. it needs some optimization done. I run a 3090. It should be crushing this game, because this is not what you would call a crazy intensive game, but as unoptimized as a lot of things are in this game, it's still, you know, you get all kinds of crazy frame rate drops and stuff. It's frustrating. See how the shadows are dancing back there? It's just little things like that. This shouldn't be happening. 29 frames a second. I really just don't have that much going on for 29 frames. Should be kicking an easy 60. Okay, so you're going to AMD Ryzen 16 core processor. Okay. Is that the I don't know much about the AMD processor as far as their series go, the numbering goes on their series. But is that like the Threadripper? I do know that Threadripper's a pretty beastly. Anybody that knows about PCs that heard me say that probably just said, yep, he doesn't know squat about AMD. And you're absolutely right. AMD used to be my go-to brand. When it came to Intel and AMD, I liked AMD because they were the underdog, and every time they would release a processor, it was always better than the Intel chip. Only problem was that it generated more heat. That was kind of the downside to it. Heat is a killer for performance. A Wilson? I wouldn't doubt it. I'd be willing to bet money that they are. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet money that they are, for sure. Let's see here. Take a quick look over at the itch and see if there's one in here. I haven't spotted one. I keep checking it. Oh, they added some new trucks in here. A 1979 Superliner. Here, let me fix it where you guys can see what I'm looking at. You have this 1979 Superliner that's been added to the itch. I mean, that green and red is ugly. But that gold and black, man, that's pretty awesome. But and then they had this new International 2 that was added in. This is a fairly new mod. You'll see things like this Dutes over here that you don't see in the base game. When you look at some of these modders, whenever you're looking at some of the stuff they got going on. It's like the co-op that we had in 22. We had this on the server. The co-op has been brought back by BC Bueller. You're not that inclined, Leighton? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can find that the modders will post themselves over on the itch if you have if you're on PC. We got some Kubota edits. Let's see. You know, if you're into swathing, that's not that impressive to me. That's a pretty crude looking model. They've probably brought that one from FS19. If you like the old Olivers, you got the old Oliver that's been brought over. Look how dirty that thing is. Let's see. I keep thinking about checking out this little International. It shows it with the tires off. It says it has additional attachers. It doesn't really say anything about being able to remove the tires and stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun for some role play stuff. C Productions. The little chicken coop that's on the Start Farm on Riverbend Springs. It's been taken and turned into a mod. You know, it doesn't work on the start farm on Riverbend Springs. But somebody's actually fixed it. They got it where it holds 50 chickens too. I mean, that's an awful small space for 50 chickens. But it looks good. A little place to dump your grain in. I mean, it's kind of weird to dump your grain out like that. I mean, I don't know how you're feeding it into your chickens over there. You got an operation that's so fancy that you dump your grain into a underground silo and feed your chickens with it in a chicken barn that looks like a shed. You know. Oh, and you said you were wanting a map that had what was the other crop that you said you wanted? Oh, what was that you said? Tobacco. That's right. You said you wanted a tobacco. I can't get you tobacco, but what you can get is, all right, where'd it go? It should be right here. There's not two awful many mods in here. There we go. It's the cannabis edition. You can grow cannabis if you wanted to. You're standing out in the field there. They don't have any real good screenshots for it. Let's see, there's that little chicken barn. They just ripped it out and made it useful. Actually, on this map, they fixed that chicken barn so that the little chicken barn on the excuse me, on the start farm actually works. Yeah, really, Robin. Yep, sure do. We got the cannabis edition. You can harvest it, you can bale it, and but yeah, I don't see a Wilson in here. I do like this truck right here. The Truckarosa. It's a Frankenstein. It's a couple different year models pieced together to make the to make the truck. Kind of reminds me of a pickup truck that my buddy had whenever we were in high school. It was a mix of like an 89, a 92, and a 84. Yeah, that's sharp. It's ugly, but it looks like a good farm truck. But yeah. Get back to this. Oh, let's check and see if our worker's still working. Oh, they're sitting yet. They're down here waiting on me. Whip right back around beside them. That hopper fills up fairly quick. I guess it holds a pretty decent amount though. It's better than the peas. Man, the peas, them things, they fill up super quick. It is nice that they back away from the crop. That's all Forceplay doing that though. That's not the base game. Get out of his way. Now, I did have it's not a Wilson, but it's like a little tilt deck trailer that I did add in. This will work. Nope, I don't have it activated. I was checking to see if the click to switch was activated. Click to switch is a PC mod. You can just click on a tractor and switch to it without having to tab through them. That's another one that they brought forward from 22. Script mods are where it's at. I probably get more script mods than I do anything else. I don't have a problem playing with base game stuff. Matter of fact, I like the base game stuff. Some people think of the base game stuff as kind of taboo. They don't really want to play with the base game stuff. They want to have, whatever it is, whatever tractor it is that they like in a mod version, so that they can do like opening, closing the doors and the windows, and change all the different paints on the the tires and all that kind of stuff. And it's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. But it doesn't make the tractor do anything any different. I think it's a lot of fun when it comes to like role play kind of stuff. Because then you can, you're opening and closing your doors and crap like that. You get that little extra layer of immersion, which makes it kind of cool. Gotta hurry up and get this thing cultivated. He's gonna end up finishing those green beans before we get this cultivated. Boy, that'd be embarrassing. Getting beat out by the AI as slow as they are. Get on it, doggone it. We got to go. Wasn't meaning to lock on that track, but okay. We'll go this way. There's still headlands to do on this side. I thought we were going to lock on that up-down road right there. Keep on going that way. Guess not. Now, Cody, you were asking about the GPS. Whenever the actual GPS mod drops, I will be picking that one up so that sort of thing doesn't happen anymore. The whole driving it around the edges of the field and stuff like this, most of the time I would do this stuff. And then as far as the up downs, I would use GPS. But because it's so finicky on where it'll lock on, I don't really know where it's locking on half the time. Unless I have the lines where they show, and I don't really care to have the line showing. So sometimes you'll lock on and it goes where you don't really want it to. So once they drop that GPS mod, I can set the north-south on that one, and I know right where it's going each time. But I can have the lines hid, and I know where I'm going. Instead of it just like, I thought we were going to come this way, instead we went down the headland over there. It'll keep me from having those things. So, I'll do the edges on my fields, kind of like prep it up, and then I'll use the GPS. That's why I say, it's usually about 50-50. With the way it is right now, I probably use it more than I should at this point. It's nice, don't get me wrong. I would definitely like the game less if they hadn't added it in. I think it's a good feature that they added. I think it works really good. I just don't like using it with the lines, so I handicap myself by doing that. Really want us to get this whole thing, don't they? See, I'm this little bit that's left, I'm not going to worry with the GPS anymore. I'm just going to do the rest. Oops. Contract finished. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and knock it out. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Excuse me. Apologize for the cough. It'll go away one day. We'll be done with this thing one day. Good? Hey, man, that's good. Have you a good New Year? Good Christmas? I've decided that I'm going to try to add a second series to the videos that I've been dropping. Yes, sir. That's good, man. That's awesome. Let's jump over here, and we'll complete that contract for $8 grand. And that's all right there. Certainly not going to do this. I'm not doing vegetables. Not with a harvester that has no capacity. It's bad enough when they have these little tiny capacities. Nope, not doing that. And some of these transports, like this right here, where you got that little tractor with a log trailer, yeah, that's not worth it. Just go ahead and get one that has the truck. I don't think we're going to do any of those. Sowing. What field is that? Field 3? How close are we to being done? Oh. No, we're not doing that. He's almost finished. Well, heck, man. Can we drop in here? Out of that driver's seat and take over for ourselves. Get that turned off. Woo. My ship now. We'll get this field cleaned up. Another map, actually. Another map. I was thinking about doing a kind of a survival challenge, like maybe 10 million in 5 years kind of thing, where I have to start off with almost quite literally nothing. I didn't even start off with a truck. I started off with basically a Kubota. And I didn't use a chainsaw. I started off with an axe. And let me tell you, as cool as the axe mod is, the axe sucks. The axe, it doesn't have the radius of the chainsaw. So it definitely makes your life miserable when you're trying to do certain things. Let's hit that little corner. I think we're going down the driveway. Oh yeah, we're pretty darn close to the driveway. Want to hit this little row right here. Do some cleanup. But yeah, the axe, man, the axe. Yeah, it sucks. It didn't take me long before I upgraded to the chainsaw. You're trying to trim up your trees and stuff, man, and it's like, I can't get the branches off. You can't get the branches off, you're losing income, and you're already not making hardly squat because you got to have such short pieces. You know, depending on where you're cutting the tree, you know, you can't even lift a 2-meter piece of the log. I mean, heck, there's some of them trees that you have to go just under a meter. It's like, I don't want to cut it that short. There's no profit. The shorter you cut the tree, the less it's worth. I don't care how many liters are in the tree. It's still just not worth as much. The length makes a difference. Ask any woman. But ideally, you want your logs at 9 meters. If they put containers, matter of fact, while I was recording, I was talking about this, but if they put containers back in the game, then 8.5 meters was the best length to cut. Whenever on 22, whenever I was doing any logging, I always cut at 8.5 meters because you would get more for that little shortcut than you would for the 9-meter cut. and then you were loading it into a container, so it really didn't matter about the length. It mattered about how much volume it had, and you would get the most volume off of an 8.5 meter log. We got all this down this way. Okay, now we should have just a little bit of a strip left along the side, and then that little piece right there, we'll have this whole field knocked out and good. But since we don't have containers, yeah, we just stuck with, you know, length 9 meters. That's where it's at. So I pretty quickly moved up. Like, it's kind of funny, the tractor that I'm using right now, I really was not expecting to end up using this particular tractor, but it was cheap. You know, I've got it installed on here now. You guys have seen it. I've shown it to you. It's not a base game tractor, and I won't tell you what it is. I'll just let you guys guess about it, you know, and whenever I finally post a video, just build your anticipation. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to use it. I hadn't even planned on using it, and then I was like, you know what, I want to try this out and see if it works. I didn't think it was going to work for what I was trying to do, but it actually works. I was shocked. But in the first recording session, I went from the axe to the chainsaw, and from the Tiger car, the Antonio Carrera Tiger car. That's what I started with. It doesn't have straps, so when you put your logs in it, you cannot strap your logs down. Which it makes life a little tricky. Get this knocked out on the side, and then we'll back up and try to get this in one final sweep. But I got rid of that tractor, or I got rid of that, and I picked up the International, and I didn't keep the International all that long before I went to the tractor, just because I wanted to be able to get bigger chunks. I could get more in the truck in the International because I could strap it down, but I couldn't get the bigger pieces, and I wanted to get bigger pieces. Because early on, you're struggling big time because nothing you do really makes you a lot of money, and the longer it takes you to get to a point to where you can make some money, the less likely you are to complete your challenge. By George, I'm making that $10 million. Yeah, the containers were awesome, man. You get that high lift, and like that cloth right there with the winch on the back. You take and drag your logs up into a row and use that winch to line them up, push them up, get them where you can grab them all together, and use that high lift to grab them and throw them up in a trailer. Let's see, we got a pop out. We do got a pop out. This is at 89%, and we've got 20,000 liters in here. Oh yeah, we should have some green beans that get left over that we get to keep in our canning factory. That's awesome. Sometimes I would actually try to cut my logs and get them to drop off in the container. That was a tricky one, because if you didn't do it just right, you'd cut that log and or you'd start to cut the log, and before it actually finished cutting, it would go in the trailer, and the length would be all wrong, so you get penalized for it. play in the water. It's mandatory when you ride by this ditch. Giants don't know how happy they made me by adding ripples to the water and a little bit of a splash effect. Pulley transporter thingy. Oh, you're talking about the yarder. Yeah, yarder's not hard to use. It works a lot like the winch. It is a great feature. It really is. Oh, these are one-way streets. Is the traffic still turned off? Did we not turn the traffic on? Because I feel like I might have forgot to turn traffic back on. Traffic. Yeah, there we go. It's probably a bad idea while I'm facing the wrong way on a one-way street, but yeah, the yarder. If you're on a hilly area that's kind of hard to drive your tractors, through, the yarder's helpful. But I don't tend to use the yarders a whole lot. But they can be helpful. Just like over on our farm here, we actually own the woods that are up on top of that hill. We could set up a yarder and just bring them down off the hill, those hardwoods, and just load at the bottom of the hill. But you gotta have something to attach it to. I'm not sure if we got any trees that are near enough to attach it. So that could be a bit of a problem. Yeah, like see this crane right here. If that was a tree, you would have to attach to that, and then say that silo was the yarder. You would have to have a cable that ran over to that tree, and then everything in between that you could cut and drag. But if you had to come over here where we're going towards this silo, because the cable's not going to come through here, you're not going to be able to drag this stuff because you're not going to be able to reach it. You're going to have to find another tree that's in this direction. Finish, and we get roughly 4,000 liters of our own to go in there. Let's see. Canning factory. How many green beans did we get? Where's the green beans? Oh, that last little bit. That's what we got. I stopped it. That's good, I guess. That's jarred green beans. We'll activate that. We'll let it store. This is not like it's not like we're going to make a fortune off of what it is right there. The spinach. Let's see. Spinach is running, right? Yeah, we only got 49 liters of that going in there, but we got 21,000 liters altogether. 100 spinach for 45. Nice. The greenhouses. We got plenty of rice saplings. Yeah, that's right. I forgot we got the automatic watering going on. So we can complete our contract, collect, and now we need to get back to our farm because we got some harvesting to do. Yep. There's old Walter staring in judgment as usual. Hey Walter, how's it going, buddy? Our harvester is over here. Don't we have yeah, we need to wash it off, get it cleaned up real quick before we start harvesting. Repair it real quick just to make sure that we don't lose any more yield. because I forgot to water it. The yield dropped. I think it's only like 90%. Yeah, I've used the mushroom. We got it right here. Which way am I facing? Yeah, this right here. This is the mushroom greenhouse. And a door. Oh, I left the door open. Oh man, they're all gonna be dead. And so we got some here. We got some enoki right there, and we got some oyster mushrooms right there. It doesn't show any, in the storage, but that's because it's spawned up outside. Now that those are spawned up, this will start to fill up. You see, got the little bags in here. They'll bust out. Yeah, you can see them over here where they're starting to bust out. Yeah, they're good money makers. It's not the best way to make your money. I think it's the I can't remember which one it pays better, whether it's the oyster or the enoki over a long period of time. But as far as greenhouses go, lettuce is still the best thing to grow. Hands down, lettuce is still the best thing to grow. If you just do it just purely for profits, you put a big greenhouse down and grow lettuce, and you'll make more money than you will with any other crop. Greenhouse crop, just to be clear. Oh, I didn't want to enter that. Man, it's ran hard. Okay, not worried about the paint. Paint can fall off. We ain't worried about the paint. I think on the 7th. I think that's what I heard, is that they're coming back on the 7th. They need to hurry up. I got I didn't get nowhere near that kind of time for the holidays. They need to come on back. I'm gonna head on down to this let's see, we got this field. Before I drive myself off the cliff, yeah, we gotta go around. Oh yeah, okay. Those screenshots that you sent, even though you took the building out of there, as soon as I saw that little loop on the dirt from the road that was coming in there, I instantly knew exactly where you were at, right there behind the grain silos. It's got that little windy road that goes up in there. I was like, that's a pretty nice little spot. You get in there and you just kind of away from everything. I was like, that's good. I like that. Steering assist, 2 headlands. That sounds good. I like this little rice harvester. I think it's so damn. That's right. Yeah, I think it's a good spot, man. You got a good spot to work with right off the get-go. I mean, there was already a building there, so you can see how much space that was there. Hey, why are you not lining up to get to that? I'll come back and get that row, I guess. Are we not locking in? It just keeps getting further and further off. And see, Cody, that's another thing that I didn't like about the steer assist. It's locked in now, but it's still not getting that right compared to like the GPS that I was talking about earlier. Because I can't tell where it's at, and when you lock it in, it's so easy to unlock it. So you're like, oh crap, why am I going way out here all off course? There's probably a second headland right here. Like it's probably got a little tiny line. Not necessarily a headland, but as far as the up downs and stuff go. I like to use the home key as my GPS, like the way I lock it in. That's not right. The way I align it, I can use the N key and the home key. The N key rotates, whether it's north, south, or east, west, or whatever, and the home key adjusts it to center up on the piece of equipment that I'm using. So, like, whenever I go up this road, I get myself where I want. I hit the home key, and then I can just lock it in. And I know I'm on the road that I'm supposed to be because I literally just said it. That's why you don't like doing the rice? Yeah. Can't say I blame you. If what I said just made any sense, it probably didn't make any sense. It's like how this puts that little center line right there. Whenever I'm using the GPS mod, it's wherever I want it to be. That little center line, like I come right here, and now my center has moved. I just hit the home key, and it would shift that whole line over. So I can line up how I want to line up, and because I already know what direction it's going, or if I need to change the direction of it, I just hit the N key, and it goes from being this way to being this way. And I just have it set up with shortcut keys. I still use the same button to lock in, just like you do with the helpers and stuff, or setting up your own GPS. I use that. I have it mapped to my mouse, and I do the same thing with the steering assist as I do with that GPS mod. It looks just like this with the blue and green lines. It just doesn't map the field. This is kind of like it's kind of like course play, and GPS kind of baby. We're going to be able to take this to our canning factory and start making some was it rice cakes? Isn't that what we said? Rice cakes? I think it was. Not tonight, but in the last stream, I think it was rice cakes that we decided to do. Or that I had decided to do, however you want to say it. I'd like the rice just because of this harvester. It's all because of this harvester. I think this harvester is one of the coolest pieces of equipment in the game. Like the way that the rice comes rolling up the side. I love that. Excuse me. Yeah, there is good money on rice. Not all the products are worth it though. There are some of the rice products that you actually lose money on. And it has to do with the regular rice. You better off to just sell it in some cases. If you don't have the canning factory, you can lose your butt on it. It's got a nice selling price just straight up, but the regular rice, as you can see, it doesn't have a super high yield. Check this thing out. Yeah, this thing is the bee's knees, man. You know, if bees have knees. Needs to be bigger. I can understand that. That's why I don't have big rice fields. I would like to see some other brands. Kubota makes a rice harvester. Also, who else? There's some other people that make them. But I would like to see a Kubota brand in the game. Most of the ones that I've seen are not very big, unless you grow rice the way that we grow rice here in the States. You tend to have a small harvester. The huge field that's right here, splitting it into three. You talking about the one that's right here on my right? The one that we have is our grass field over there. That field 32. Is that the one that you're talking about? One from Homestead. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, there is that one that's right there through the trees, isn't there? That's like field, like 86. I think that's what it is. You got farmlands like 91 and 94 right there, and I think you got field 86. That's the one that has the fire tower in it. If I'm thinking of the field you're talking about. Oh no, you're not thinking about that one. It's the one that's down the hill. You come up from behind the grain silo. Got that little dirt road you go up. That's the field you're probably talking about, I bet. Because you would literally come down your drive, your dirt drive, and you could loop right back around into that drive to go right into that field. You could easily split that one into 3 fields. It's a good sized field. When I told you I knew exactly where you were at, that's because of those log transport missions. I've done on Riverbend Springs. I've done so many contracts, just trying to have some money to be able to progress the series with. Otherwise it can be slow. Hey Audrey, how you doing? How was your week, Audrey? Did you have a happy new year? You good? That's good. I'm glad. Yes, you did. Did you party? Did you party hard? Were you like Cody heading off to Bishop? I just knew he was going to say he went to Vegas. He's a mad lad, that one. almost full. Getting so used to just swinging back and forth, I wasn't watching that. There we go. Let's pop out. And we need some wheels. Let's see, I think we gotta grab the Dragon because I don't think I actually have a trailer that can hold anything. All this equipment and no trailers. That's what the Dragon's for, though. It's our wagon. Let's go by and look at the. You went to your cousin's house. You hanging out with family on New Year's. I know you got rowdy. I know how me and my cousin used to be when we would hang out for New Year's. One of us was likely to wake up, passed out in the middle of a pasture somewhere. Check on the old buffaloes. Their health is coming up. That's good. And food. They still got plenty of food. They got some straw in there. Slurry. All right. Yep. Good. Keep on producing that slurry. We got to get you some straw for your bedding in there. I don't know why I think I need straw in there because manure is still broken. Now, supposedly, as far as the manure goes, Giant says that they have fixed the problem, but they haven't released that update yet. So, in the next update, your manure silos for your cow pastures and stuff like that should be fixed. So, are we getting a mulch date? I can't remember. Let's see. Mulched. Certainly looks like there's stones in here. Let's turn those stones off. And it's mulched. It shows it's mulched. Turn the fertilizer off. Got some specks that we missed, but it looks like overall it gets looks like it's getting mulched. So we don't need to mulch. That's good to know. Drop that back down. Yep, good deal. Yep. Me and my cousin, or one of my cousins, I should say, depending on which cousin I was hanging out with as to how crazy things got. I had one that we would sit around and do stuff like play Tekken all night long. That and Street Fighter. We're just playing fighting games. Just trying to kick the shit out of each other all night long. We go through and just try to unlock all the different outfits for the characters, and that's how we'd spend a New Year's. Just a bunch of nerds. We loved it. But that same cousin, we might end up cruising dirt roads and that sort of thing. This may not sound like a whole lot of fun to some people, but growing up, that was a fun thing to do on the weekends. You hang out with some buddies, you get a DD, and you go out riding dirt roads, getting drunk, and it was great. But you had to have the DD. Played some Fortnite. I've tried playing Fortnite a couple of times. I really suck at Fortnite. Yeah, stuff like Battlefield or Call of Duty, I can hold my own pretty good. At 1:30. You slept for New Year's? Me and the wife were sitting on the couch watching them drop the apple. then I think we watched a couple of movies. You too? Just sitting on the couch with the wife? Yeah, I try to stay out of trouble nowadays. I caused enough whenever I was younger, that's for sure. Trying to become old and boring, that's what I'm trying to do. One last pass. And 2 more fields to go. Your party days are over. You were asleep. Well, I work nights, so I mean, it would have honestly been kind of odd if I was in bed already. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's you and your parents. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. My daughter has moved back in with us. I don't know if your parents like having you around as much as I like having my kids around, but it's nice having my daughter in the house. Yep, if my son came back, he's living up in Ohio. Let him move back in too. I don't know, you just kind of, you get used to having them around. And then they get all grown up and they're like, I want to go live on my own. It's like, but why? It's rent free here. Just wash dishes and it's rent free. That's all you want. That's all you want. Your parents always say, you'll understand when you have your own kids. It's like, And you find out they were right. Well, that sucks. A lonely little truck down there. I wonder, can we go ahead and replant that? It says it's mulched, so it is getting a mulch date. We don't have to mulch after this. And let's see. All right, regular rice. Can we? It's long grain rice. Nope, we can't replant until April. So we could cultivate the field and have it prepped up. Probably put down some lime. I think this is our second harvest. We may not have some lime. You around your dad all the time? I'm sure he appreciates that. It's just nice to have somebody else around the house. I mean, somebody that you like, you know, you can hang out with. It's just like you know, your friends. You like hanging out with your friends. That's how your parents feel about you. You're the cool kid. They just want to hang out with you. Most of the time, they're not really into the stuff that you're into, so they don't want to hang out and do any of the stuff you like doing. I think I remember you mentioning that in one of the streams. That's tough. I can see why you would stay close. I can't see whole. You are alive. How many subs do you have now? Farm Life. What's up, buddy? That's right. Hit that like button. I need people to remind me of these things because I don't think about it. I'm so not good at pandering. How's it going, Craig? Mr. Pittman? I think the last time you dropped by the stream, I was harvesting some rice. You're gonna have to drop by more often, man. As a matter of fact, I might have been talking about you just a little while ago. You got the flu? Oh, that stinks, man. I had a cold or something a few weeks ago, and it's still kind of lingering around. I keep coughing. Can't seem to get rid of the cough. I got rid of everything else. My man. See, Cody knows how to do this thing. He plays this game. You just go ahead and hit the like button. Don't waste no time. Just go ahead and get it out of the way, you know, because you don't want to forget. Just think, if you forgot to hit that like button, how bad you would feel when you realized you hadn't done it. Yeah, I think rice is a good crop. I think it's a fun crop just because it's different. As far as the new crops go, out of the ones that I've done so far, I think there's like maybe one that I haven't done. Excuse me. There's that cough. I think spinach is probably my favorite new crop as far as harvesting goes. That spinach harvester is pretty cool. I like the way it works, and it has a pretty good size capacity on that hopper, so you're not like you're not like having to dump it out every 5 seconds. Onions is the best for getting rid of that cough. Is that what you're saying? Oh, you're talking about crops. Well, we could grow some spring onions. You know, we could put down a greenhouse and do some spring onions, which is like a salad onion. Unfortunately, we don't have no peanuts, and we don't have any onions. I mean, who would not love to just grow some nice sweet vidalias? It's a gourmet onion, you know? Is it the Virginia peanut we grow? I can't remember which peanut it is. But I sure do know whenever Sturgis Farms gets theirs all harvested up, he always has a big old pot, and it's nice to drop by. I've been trying to get you to watch Clarkson Farm, man. I told you, that show is awesome. The best part, there's 3 seasons. And they should be coming back for another season. And each season of Clarkson Farm is a banger. Jeremy Clarkson is absolutely hilarious. And listening to Caleb give him hell about all the different stuff. It's the Spanish peanut? Okay. Well, the Spanish peanut sure is good. Yeah, listen to Caleb give Jeremy hell about the way he farms. It's hilarious. What kind of olives do we grow now, Briar? I know you're more aware of some of that stuff than I am. I know we got a bunch of farmers. Well, I say a bunch. There's been a couple of farmers around the area to bring olives back into the area. This area used to be real big for olives. considered one of the best places to grow olives at one time. The smaller dark pink one, the Virginia peanut, is a bigger one. Oh, okay. Okay, I just got my varieties mixed. I don't grow peanuts. I don't know. I just know I like to eat them. I'd like to eat them. Boiled peanuts. Boiled peanuts are so good. Oh my goodness. You stuff yourself on those things. You just flat out gorge on them. Nope, that's not gonna work. Green one's growing about 8 in Glenville. Aren't some of those farmers making olive oil from those? Mostly doing the green ones? Okay. And our main cash crop is blueberries. It used to be peaches. But it's not anymore. We actually do blueberries more than anything now, which is crazy. I mean, we're known for peaches and onions in Georgia. You know, you could say peanuts too, but you know, peaches and onions. Everybody knows the Vidalia onion. I say everybody does. I mean, they certainly do around here. But nobody really expected Georgia to be a big hitter when it came to blueberries, but we are. That's our #1 cash crop. Surprisingly. Reckon we can make it up that little chute right there? Yeah, look at that. Oh, that little Aseki's a beast. I haven't seen the one that Roughneck is working on. I saw one that, oh, the heck is that modder's name? I can't think of his name. I don't use his mods because I think he's a bit of an ass. Even if he was to come on here and offer me to use his mods, I wouldn't use his mods. Just out of principle. I can't think of his name. I guess it's a good thing I can't think of his name because I'm sitting there talking about what a jackass he is. I don't need to call people out like that. And it's a big old spot missing out of the field right there. A bunch of spots. Yeah, this is the field that I guess got a little neglected. I've got some around the fence, the muscadines. My fence row around the back of the house, it's all muscadines. So I've got my whole backyard completely closed off thanks to grapevines. Oh yeah? Is he still growing banana trees? Has he ever got those banana trees to produce? Nope, field up. Run through our rice field. Look how tall that rice is. That's some tall stuff, man. It's like chest high. Woohoo! And I just broke my legs. And probably yes. Oh, Johnny is growing banana. Well, Tommy was growing bananas at one time. He had that like greenhouse right there next to the house. And he had 2 big old banana trees out there. Lemons, oranges, and tangerines. It will look cool if the tornado pick up your tractor. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't want my tractor to get picked up by a tornado, but it would be cool if the tornado had more of an effect than just damaging your crops and your bales. That much I can agree for sure. I tell you, you should call Mama Craig and get her to get you in touch with Jeannie. She has some lemons. You want some lemons? She's got a lemon tree that grows lemons that are like as big or bigger than softballs. Things are amazing. And it's just it's the variety of lemon tree. Biggest daggum lemon I've ever seen in my life. And she has no problem growing these things. She can't give them away fast enough. Like, she could literally set up a fruit stand and probably make $100,000 off of all the lemons she was selling. The really big lemons, is that what he's got? Those things do so good here, man. Yeah, it looks like a grapefruit. I tell you what, though, watch out for the thorns, because them things do have some big old thorns. Make sure you don't plant it next to a drive. It will take out a tire. It will take out a tire quick. But yeah, the ones that are the size of a grapefruit. You guys ever seen a lemon as big as a grapefruit? They exist. Just so you guys know, Craig is that crazy cousin that I was talking about. Yeah, I told you I was talking about you, Craig. Just like I tried to tell Leighton a while ago that, you know, he left, he came back, he was talking about him. Exactly. Just throw it at somebody. Take him out. I feel like our yield is worse this time around than it was the last time. And I did the things I was supposed to do. I just forgot to water. Yeah, I haven't told anybody about the armadillo story. We don't speak about the armadillo around here. I have nightmares about that. Yeah, no kidding. No, they weren't bad stories. It was just talking about how, like, on New Year's and stuff, we would occasionally hang out and play stuff like Tekken, you know, that sort of thing. It wasn't really bad. But I certainly didn't tell anybody about the armadillo. Which I'm sure Briar's going to be asking me about that now. And I can tell you, Briar, it is a funny story. It's an effed up story. Waiting in line for Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, no doubt. Final Fantasy 3 dropped. Yeah, you haven't heard, but I'll tell you. Don't worry. If I can remember the story accurately, probably not. Yeah, when Final Fantasy 3 came out, well, it's Final Fantasy what 6 here in the States, or not in the States, but in Japan it was Final Fantasy 6, I think is what it was. When it was originally released here, it was Final Fantasy 3, and me and Craig were huge Final Fantasy fans. You know, we came from where we live at and drove an hour and a half to the closest town that would have it, because our town was too small and they didn't have it. So we went way out of town just to go get that game. And then after I got it, stayed up all night long playing it, had school the next day. It was great. Hey, what's that deer doing over there around my rice saplings? Holy crap, did you see? Get to it! Get out of there! Go, get! What are you doing in there? How'd you get in here? Get out of there! Boy, I tell you what. Doggone deer. Then got the door closed and he found his way. Go on, get! Whoa, he's coming at me. Go on now. Tell you what, I don't need to get kicked in the head by no deer today. Hiding in these bushes. We'll run him out of here. And messing with my rice saplings. I tell you what, boy. Don't be messing around with no deer. It'll make me have to go get the old 30-06. Take care of that problem. That was crazy. I mean, you know, you can just play the game, or you can have fun with the game. Occasionally I like to do stupid shit. Can't help it, it just kind of comes out. Those buffalo looked like they were glitching around like we're in the Matrix over there. It was... After the rice, probably try to cultivate the field. Probably what I'll do, and just kind of get these prepped up for being able to plant them next season, and then we'll be caught up on the farm. The buffaloes are fed, so maybe push into the next day and go ahead and get the wheat barley planted, because that kind of needs to get done. All right, hush phone. Adults are talking here. The deer got picked up by yeah, I'd like to see that deer that was in my greenhouse get picked up. That son of a gun, you saw him in there. Yeah, we did just squirt up with a kangaroo. Buffaroo. Yeah, exactly. You can see them across the road there. Our buffaroos. They chill not a lot. Yeah, Craig, I don't think I have talked to you in a while, man. You know, we made it to be a YouTube partner. Was it last week? I think it was, or was it this week? What day was it? Things been so crazy I can't even remember. But I think it was it? Maybe it was like. Oh, it was last week. It was last week. We made YouTube partner. I think it was Tuesday last week, which is pretty cool. Not that really means a whole lot, but it was really cool. I heard a statistic for YouTube content creators, and like if you have over, I think it was I think it said 500 subscribers, that puts you in the top. No, it wasn't 500. It's like over 700 subscribers. That puts you in the like the top 5% of YouTubers, something like that. I'm like, boy, that's a small threshold to cross. Because you ain't hitting on nothing at 700 subscribers. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's crazy that I have that many subscribers. It's downright awesome, if you ask me. But whenever you compare it to something like I'm not even like a Mr. Beast or a Dr. Disrespect, right? But just think of somebody. It doesn't matter. There's some of these guys out there that have such massive channels. It's like I'm like a teardrop in the ocean. Rotate this thing? Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. My next sub goal? 1,000. Need to get to 1,000. That's my next sub goal. But you know, I'm not like in any kind of rush or anything to get it there. I mean, when it gets there, you know. As far as the watch time hours, I think I've got the watch time I need for the next goal. As far as the partner program goes, it's just got to get to 1,000 subs. And that gets it to the next tier. And then after that, I don't know if there's any more tiers after that. It's kind of a low bar, but it's on purpose. I mean, YouTube really wants you to succeed, and they promote your stuff a good bit. Now, if you're really bad, then over a period of time, they'll stop pushing your stuff nearly as much. But really, your core audience is what drives your channel. You guys that show up, and you guys that keep watching the videos, and you comment, you like, and all that stuff. You guys are the deciding factor on whether this channel grows or not. If you guys don't show up, it's because you don't like the content. If you don't like the content, there's no channel. So without you guys, there's nothing. Simple as that. It doesn't matter if I'm super entertaining or not. Before 2026. I hope so. You know, in the last 30 days, we've had over 200 subs. So put this over here. Since we started the Let's Play series, the channel, it really took off. I mean, you figure, heck, it's not even in really the last 28 days. It's been like 3 weeks, I think it was, that you know, I got on here and was like, hey man, we just a hair off from hitting 500 subs. And then the very next week, we were at 600 subs. And now, here we are knocking on 700 subs. You know, like averaging around 100 a week, which is nuts. Now, it could slow down, it could stop, you know, but it kind of goes in waves, it seems like. Hey, thanks, Mark. Yeah, it just kind of seems to go in waves. It's weird. I mean, I talk about these things just because it's weird to me. I mean, I certainly don't think of myself as like a YouTuber or anything. I do this because I think it's fun. Oh yeah, we definitely got less of a yield this time around. We only got 7,000 liters up all 3 of these fields. Holy cow. Let's go ahead and take it on to the canning factory. I kind of want to switch it over to the long grain rice, but it's not worth as much value-wise. And that one is just so much more fun to harvest. All these weeds down here in the field. This is all that'll get taken care of. All these weeds. Come through here and run some of them over. Cut us a little trail through here. Running them over. We're actually destroying weeds by running over them. Yeah, okay. I was wondering there. It didn't like it was for a second. Excuse me, sorry. Let's go check out the countryside. Take a different way to town. But yeah, like I said, it's weird to me. I like getting on here, you know, hanging out with everybody, talking about whatever. I mean, even if we don't talk about farm sim, who cares, you know? I just like getting in here and hanging out. Just having a good time, really. That's kind of what it's all about for me. I mean, I do enjoy talking about farm sim, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have an unhealthy, you know, obsession with this game. I like playing it way too much. There's just so many cool things about it, and there's so much different stuff you can do. I'm sure there's plenty of people that don't think of farming as being a very interesting thing, but it's such a diverse thing. There's so many, oh man, there's just so many different things that you can do with farm sim. You too, you got an unhealthy addiction? I don't know, it's just the variety that you have with this. It just makes it so fun. Oh! Hey, that's awesome, man. I look forward to seeing you guys here. Not gonna lie. Every time I go live, I'm like, I wonder if anybody's gonna show up this, you know. Oh wait, this is the daggum carpentry. I mean, let's see if we can cut across the dock. Get over to the canning factory. It's a boat. We can launch that sucker right there. Yeah, it's fun, man. That's why I tend to lose track, you know, of time. You know, Cody likes to remind me. No, the trees don't grow back. He'll ask me, how much longer are you going? And I'm like, oh crap, I realized that I've been going for 4 hours. Like, I probably should be getting off. But yeah, I mean, I get on here, I just start having a good time. Heck, during the week when I'm at work, you know, I'll pull up the old old live streams and listen to them. As narcissistic as that may sound. As a matter of fact, Craig, there are natural disasters. That's it. Tornadoes. As a matter of fact, I'll show you where a tornado came through. Now, I like to say it's Cody's fault. Briar knows it was really her fault. But I like blaming Cody for it. So, I'll show you the tornado damage that we have thanks to Cody. Got to head right back out of town. I like the, I tell you, I really like all the building variety that we've got in 25. I can't wait to see some of the mod maps that come out. No, we've done this before. Shouldn't have went this way. Yep, and there comes somebody. That's all right. Oh, they stopped. Can we make the light before they turn? Yeah, we can. Good, this is where we needed to go. We ain't worried about the red lights. They don't have cameras on them. They're not taking no pictures. Yeah. You see these trees up here, Craig? See how they're all broke off? That's from where the tornado came through. It literally came from over this hill right here. See if we can make it up this hill. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the path. You see some of those other broken trees over there? Scoot around. We're going to drive across a rock and fall through the map. These trees here, you can see where the tornado came through here. Broke all these trees off. And looking basically like straight back down right here. It came across all these fields. Actually had a little bit of a turn to it because it didn't go completely straight. We go over here mountain climbing in our little truck. But it had cut across this field and tore that field up big time. This field of ours right here, it caught part of this field, which we didn't own it at the time, which is good. This field that's right in front of us across the street, it tore a big old cut through that field. But the field that got hit the worst is this field right up here. This was a huge streak going through this field right up here. This field 1, it was a cornfield, and almost a third of that crop was lost. It came through all this. I mean, it was, talking about a devastating storm. And all thanks to Cody. I mean, it was all Cody's fault. All Cody's fault. He was asking, have we seen a tornado yet? And it was like, nope, haven't seen a tornado yet. You know, it's like, well, can we spawn in a tornado? It's like, yeah, sure, why not? So we spawned in a tornado. We summoned the devil, and it's all Cody's fault. Get back around here. So we grabbed the Massey and that we really need to get a direct drill. We wouldn't have to worry about the cultivating anymore. We'll look into that. What's a good direct drill to get our hands on? We need to get those mushrooms sold. Grab our little trailer and load that stuff up. All those rye saplings. How are they looking over there on the rye saplings? I know we got that whole row full, but We still got plenty of storage there too. Okay. Now, as far as... Oh, see, I would love to get my hands on this here. This DeWolf has a storage capacity. This is on the mod hub. So if you like doing vegetable crops and stuff, you can pick this one up. It does have a storage capacity, so you don't have to have a, you know, the AI or cart for the AI or anything. You can just run that one, no problem. Let's see. Where's our cedars? Something that's direct drill, like that should be direct drill, but it's only 3 meters wide. And I mean, heck, this is what we got now, and it's 4.6, which is plenty big enough. 4.6 is fine. I don't want to get anything smaller than that, though. How big is that? That's 6 meters. But isn't this a combination? We need something else. Oh, yep, not that. I don't want that. This bednar is 6 meters. That'll be direct drill. We can actually buy that. I was hoping for something a little bit different. I don't know what I was really hoping for, but that will seed and fertilize. If we get that, I don't need to do that. Trying to get that money for the farm across the way. I mean, you guys tell me, you know, should we get a direct seeder now, or we should keep saving our money to be able to buy the farm on the other side of the map, so that we can, you know, have a bigger area and kind of start expanding ourselves? Or should we get the equipment that we need beforehand? You guys, you have to let me know. Let's see, what's this? That one's a 3 meter. That's kind of big. 9 meters. Don't get me wrong. I like the 9 meter, but our fields aren't that big for something like that right now. And then we got the horse. That horse right there, that was actually really nice. That one, the coon, and the bednar, all those are really good. Get the land and expand. I hear you, Blazing Cobra. I'm with you. I think getting that other farm on the other side is a good idea too. I mean, it comes with a couple of buildings that we can store some of our equipment in. So we just got the stuff sitting around the yard. It's just scattered all over. I keep losing stuff. I can't remember where I put it. We can't get that organized over here. We got this pad, but oh, Mark says equipment. Well, we are 50-50 here. I need some more people to chime in here. It's hard. It's hard to decide sometimes, because both are good choices. That's why I'm stuck. Let's I ran right past it. Let's grab the Massey. I absolutely love this thing, man. This tractor is freaking sexy. It's probably a bit big to go throwing it out there in the rice field, but you know what? Okay. Let's see. We could use this cultivator here, but if we use the other one, we should get rid of the weeds, or the potential for weeds, if things are coated properly. That one's 5 meters, because this other one actually works like a plow. It's not a plow, but it's a deep cultivator. This thing it rips, and they're it's trying to rip me. Look at it, it's shaking around. That thing is intimidating. Look, it just wants to tear something up so bad. Look at it. You're not getting me, sucker. Not happening. Not today. Tell you what we will do. We'll go check out the greenhouse and see if that deer's over there, and I'll let you get a hold of him. How about that? That gum deer getting in my greenhouse. Might need to grab the front weight. I think it's on the, yeah, it's on the back of the John Deere. We can start on the Homestead. Good deal. Either one. You're just trying to make this hard for me, Mark. I'm already undecided. And sit that weight right there. Get old Emmy. You know, oh, I did say there was one other thing that I wanted to do for Robin, or for Briar, since she was our first super chatter, since we made partner. So let's go take care of that real quick. I just think it's cool. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because I can't do it right there. We got to go back over to the shop to do this. Oh man, we need to look where we're going. Jeez Louise, you guys just let me pull right out into traffic. All right, yeah, just calm down, everybody. It's okay. Everything's all right. Everything's under control. Professional here. Professional here. So yeah, let's head over here to the shop, and one last little surprise for Robin, just to say thank you. I think it's something that we might start doing eventually if we get to that point, and I'll explain a little more when I go over to the shop. Just some thoughts about how to do certain things as far as the channel is going. Blazing Cobra, is that like fire blazing, or is that like cannabis blazing? Alright, here we are. Brakes, come on, baby. Got a lot of weight on you. Not really worried about the condition of our weight. We will go ahead and repair that a little bit, and we will go ahead and repair that. But oh, what? Oh, we can't do it. All right. Every time I want to do something, I couldn't. You know, I couldn't highlight my chat like I did the other day. You know, I wanted to do that and I couldn't do it. It wouldn't work, and that was upsetting. And now I got that fixed. I wanted to do that whenever Briar dropped her super chat. Say, hey, you know, thanks, Briar. I couldn't do it. No, couldn't do it. I couldn't do nothing. Nothing was working. Now I got everything working, but this, because this is a lease tractor. What I wanted to do is I wanted to put your name on the license plate, because I think that's super cool. You know, we don't have memberships currently, but yeah, we don't have memberships currently. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers for that. We've hit all the other metrics, but we got to get to 1,000 subscribers. And since this is a red tractor, I thought it was fitting for Briar. I'm sure she understands why. And I was going to put her name on the license plate. But once we get memberships, I was thinking that, you know, we'll use the members' names to go on the license plates, because that just seems like a cool idea. You know, you're showing some support for the farm, so we throw your name out there. You know, we'd like roll credits and that sort of thing too, with supporters' names and all. But you know, like I said, if we ever get to that point, that was just an idea. Since all we got right now are super chats, I was like, you know what? Somebody drops a soup, we put them on a license plate. We got to find something we can put you on, Briar. It's going to have to be something besides the big red here. Sorry. So I just drove all the way over there to disappoint you once again, 2 weeks in a row. Hey, you know what? One day I'll figure out this YouTube thing. Yeah, exactly. Go figure. Let's turn this thing loose. You know what we do? We do own this red. Sure do. Let's go ahead and let's let somebody cultivate this. Oh man, there's a hump right there. Holy cow, we just popped a wheelie. You got this? Hey, that kind of looks like Keaton up there. Just saying, yep, he blocked, all right. While he handles that for us. Appreciate that, Keaton. Okay. Come over here. Ooh, little lag going right there. We should have a license plate on this. See, it needs to be something red. Does this not have a license plate anywhere? Go figure. Go figure. There's not one on the front anywhere. Can we put a license plate on one of these? Before we drive all the way to the shop, let's look. You can. Okay. Where is the license plate? Oh, right there. Okay. All right. Good deal. We'll leave the header here, though. Don't need to drive it over there with the header. Now that the cat's out of the bag, so much for the surprise. That old man is still on the porch. Look, not only is he still on the porch and watching every move I make, he's got his buddy out here doing it now too. See that? Yeah. That's why we got to get a new farm. Yeah. I think we'll hold off on the equipment. It's still both of them, man. Just always staring in judgment. I don't feel like they're just two old, lonely men. You know, because if they were old and lonely, they would be sitting down, hanging out, playing checkers or something. And those guys, they're not doing that. I mean, they literally live right next door. They're supposed to be best friends. You know, I haven't heard either one of them having, you know, an argument with the other. You know, they get along just fine. And the thing that they enjoy doing more than anything else is just staring at me in judgment. So we got to move. We got to find our own place. Check out that old panel. That looks sharp. Oh. That little hand throttle on the side. Keep easing it forward. We got it all the way full throttle right there. And ease it back. Yep. Just like that. Ease it forward. Keep easing it forward until we got it full throttle. There we go. Tearing out. 17 miles an hour. We blazing. Dude. Yeah, I was playing around with some other stuff too for the stream. Oh, as a matter of fact, I thought about adding a crash counter. And I did this. Tell me what you guys think. That right there. You see it pop up in your corner there? Now, if you're on the vertical, you're not going to see this. If you're in the shorts feed, you're not going to see it. It's not set up in the shorts feed. You guys come and go so fast, but the guys that are in the regular feed, those are the ones that they like to hang out the most. So if you're in the shorts feed and you're enjoying the content, you know, make sure you drop a like while you're there. But come on over to the regular feed, because that's where you get to see the best stuff. You get the full screen and all the other stuff that comes along with that. All right. Now, get it repaired. 16 grand to repaint it? Oof. That's not gonna happen. Oh yeah. Let's see here. I think we'll go something like, oh, we don't have the little dashes? We can't do the little dash? No? Alright, so is there another? Nope, there's not. And then that's all numbers. That's not gonna work. Okay, so we need to use this one. And it's already got the first two letters in there. Yay. Oh, come on, give me the exclamation point. How about that? Briar 1. Yeah. That's what we'll do. And oh, it didn't cost us a dime to do that? Look at that. And now you're on the back of the harvester. Awesome. Yay. Finally got something to work. Congratulations. Yeah. Wait. What the hell happened to it? Let's do this again. Oh, I didn't hit the customize button, did I? Damn me. Alright. Let's try this one more again. I'll get it. I swear I will. There we go. Now, customize. Yes. Yep, configuration's been changed. That's right. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I just thought, you know, that'd be something cool. If we got stuff sitting around, people do stuff like that, you know. Throw them on a piece of equipment. You know, give them a little shout out back. That sort of thing. Just a way to say thank you. That's all. Seemed like a cool idea to me. Mark seems to think so. Appreciate that, Mark. I'm gonna drive it back in the third person all the way, just so you can see your name. Whoa! Crazy people. So our workers should be done cultivating that field. We can take over and finish the other fields. Get those cultivated up. Check for that pesky deer. Make sure it's not sniffing around our saplings again. That's a really cool looking shoot. It just kind of looks like it comes right off the tip. I guess it does kind of just come right off the tip, doesn't it? You can see the auger up on the inside. You know, there's no reason for them to put that auger in there, in the modeling. You look up in there. I mean, there's literally no reason. They could have just left it empty on the inside. It would make zero difference in the gameplay whatsoever. But it's there. I love those little details in the equipment. I think it's so cool. Wow! Whoa! Whoa! We're not going to wreck. Not going to wreck. Not going to happen. You're looking at that counter and you're thinking, yeah, you're gonna add one to it. Yeah, not happening. Some people claim to be the best farmers in Farm Sim. You know, I just put that up there so we can just look at that big old goose egg, because we know who the best driver in Farm Sim is. I'm just saying. Gonna have a wreck. Oh, ye of little faith. Oh, I'm sitting here reading your text, Mark. Oh, look at you trying to sabotage me. Nope. When you're the best driver in Farm Sim, you can avoid these things. You can text and drive, I'm just saying. Alright. That was close. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought we was gonna wreck. You over here trying to jinx me. I tell ya. You don't have it updated from the beginning of this map. Nah, I'm not following you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about with the didn't have it updated? Oh, the counter? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You're mistaken, sir. Updated. This guy, I'll tell you what, crazy. Man, look at all those stones. Them things are huge. No, this is not an attempt to change the subject. You see these stones? Oh yeah, look, we're gonna have to get those out of the field, man. That's Look, you have finished the Keaton. Are you up there riding the clock, man? That's what. Look, you finished the field, dude. Why? And you're burning up my fuel too. Look here, just go on, get out of there. Yeah, I tell you, between you and the deer, you guys are gonna make me go bankrupt. I tell you. It's blocked. Okay, that was weird. I got a guy out of the seat and put somebody else in the seat. Look at that. Not only was he riding the clock, but he missed some spots. And I tell you what, Keaton. Drop that down. Yeah, buddy. We could go, probably lease us a stone picker. So we got enough fields. Oh wait, no, don't we got a stone picker around there? This once a week stuff, I tell you, we need this more often. Keep up with what the heck we got. Start here. I can't remember the brand that would have definitely made this quicker. Yeah, no, we don't. Okay. Are we making the field bigger? It looks like it's expanding. Allow create fields. It looks like it's doing that. See how the grass is disappearing right there? I don't want to create fields and mess up my... I'll find out, I guess, right here. I hope I didn't put it away with the left on allow create fields. Sure looked like it. That grass is disappearing right there. I don't know. I'm trying my best not to get any more in there because I don't want to change the angle that it's on. I think. Oh, jeez. What about that little piece of grass? Can we get that to? Maybe? No. How do you mess all these edges? What's up with that key? I mean, I could just fix it in paint or whatever. Yeah. All right. Let's find us a little spot and drop this down just to see. It's bugging me. Let's just come over here in the grass and drop it. It's not. Oh, poof. That's good. So he really did a really bad job around the edges. That's what we're figuring out. He did a really bad job around it. Man. Tell you what, Keaton. Okay. Let's get this knocked out. We got that other field. We'll have these, we'll at least have them cultivated. Maybe we'll look into the stone picker. We need to get these stones off the field because that's just going to damage our equipment. Some of the equipment, I'm not that concerned about the damage it gets, like the cultivator. It's not that big of a deal if the cultivator gets damaged. It doesn't change how well it works. But stuff like your planter, it can change how well that works. The seeds that it drops, it won't drop them even. So you get patches in the field, kind of like what I got going on here. So mess up your yield. So you do want to keep your stuff like your planters and seeders and stuff prepared, or like your harvester. If you're harvesting and you've got damage to the header, it'll reduce your yield because it doesn't pick up as good. Some of that stuff is it's good to keep repaired. I mean, your tractor over time, if you haven't kept it up, it doesn't have quite the same power to pull stuff. I mean, most of the time it's such a little difference you can't really tell. Things that'll affect your yield or your harvest, to me, those are the things that are the most important to really pay attention to. Yeah. You know, this is a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier, Cody. I'm not using the GPS on this. I'm just going. It's such a small field. It feels like a waste of time to throw the GPS on. I really wish I could combine this field and that field down there. Make this just one long rice field. That'd be great. Being such a small field, it makes it feel like it takes even longer because it feels like you're just constantly having to turn and adjust, turn and adjust, turn and adjust. By hair. There we go. Nice nice looking corn over there. Oops, I got over a little more. That's my bad. Let me fix it. Give it a little wiggle right there. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's a nice SUV going down the road there. Yeah, I think we'll look into a rock picker. Let's see. How much does a rock picker... What category is the rock picker even in? It's not in yield improvement, is it? There we go. Soil cultivation, stone picker. I like that one for sure. As big as our fields are, though, this one would be plenty. Maybe just lease it with the Michelins, because we know JH likes Michelins. Cereal and then milk. I gotta fill that bowl up, man. Pack it full of cereal and then pour the milk over it, because you gotta get that sugar in the milk. You know, so whenever you're done and you drink your milk out of the bowl, it's all sweet. And you know for sure that you're going to get diabetes because of it, you know you did it right. I hope that helps answer your question. Excuse me. Whip this thing right on around. Yeah, I want to pay full price for the stone picker. I think we'll just lease it. Gotta save up that money. Gotta save up that money. Yeah, the good thing about coming down to work these rice fields is that you don't have Walter and Ben just kind of hanging over your shoulder, you know? Because those guys, they don't cut you no slack, man. Kind of like Mark. See how well we did this. I gotta do my best to keep that thing at zero. If we're gonna roll with it, that little magic orb needs to just stay at zero. Oh, that was a bad setup. I don't like that. I'm gonna set up on this side over here instead. And I didn't do a very good job because look at that little streak. I misjudged it. Yeah, that's right. It's all in good fun. That's exactly right. And clearly, I'm not taking it in any other way. I've had, you know, in the past, I've had people get on the chat and say some pretty ugly things because, I mean, it's not like I'm the greatest YouTuber in the world, clearly, or I'd have a much bigger channel. But you know, I can be entertaining, you know, from time to time. I'm not the worst in the world, but I tell you, I've had some people actually come into the chat that say some really nasty things, and I could honestly care less. I could care less so much. The way I see it is, I'm going to be here because I have fun doing it. If I end up making a dumbass out of myself, which is pretty likely, you know, I just laugh about it because it's funny. If you can't laugh at yourself, man, you're taking life way too serious. And if you're getting all upset while you're playing a video game, I mean, come on, man. Hey, yeah, no worries, man. You're not at all. You have no idea just how hard you would have to try to upset or offend me. Alright, gets all that. That's all the rice fields. Let's get, oh, get the grass field real quick. Fold this up. Because the grass grows really fast. If it comes up and it says ready to harvest, you don't gotta wait for the last growth stage. Right here, if we waited until the next month to cut this, we would get the exact same bonus. It doesn't change. Like with 22, how if you waited for that last growth stage, even though it would, you know, you could harvest in either growth stage, it made a difference on 22. In 25, it doesn't make a difference. It's supposed to make a difference, I'm sure. Just like when you lime a field. That's right, we one big family here. But when you lime a field, you know, you only have to lime a field every 3 harvests. So the way it's supposed to work, though, is liming is supposed to give you a 15% yield bonus. And then after you harvest, it's supposed to drop to 10%. And then after you harvest again, it's supposed to drop to 5%. And then after that, you have to lime again. So the yield bonus is supposed to reduce each time you harvest. That thing just jumps around, I'll tell you. It's creepy. But it doesn't work properly. Through testing, the lime bonus that you're supposed to get doesn't change. But right now, you only need to lime once every 3 harvests. Now, once they do the update, that stuff may change. Just like cutting the grass over here, you may actually get a bonus if you wait for the second ready to harvest as opposed to the first ready to harvest. But we won't know until after the update. And hopefully they do some stuff with the economy too, because there's a lot of things in the economy that that are just not good. Like with the rice, you know, some of the products that you make with rice, they just don't pay. And speaking of getting paid by rice, did we activate our rice box? I don't think we did. Or not a rice box, but our rice cakes. I think we'll make some money with rice cakes. It's almost a 1-to-1. So you're not losing anything. Go ahead and turn that on. And then when you look at the price, prices, where you at? Rice cakes. Come on, where you at? Rice cakes. We see rice bags. What the heck? Oh, it's rice rolls, not rice cakes. Okay. the peak price on that is $4,767. So when you look at the regular rice price, which I think I can find this, so $47.67 versus $3,462. That's almost a grand difference. So you should be able to make money, but should be able to. It's not a huge markup, but it's money. It's more profit. And seeing as I don't got to do anything but dump it in there, I might as well. Tell you what, that's a heck of a hump right there. Might need to soften that a little bit. Might need to wash this stuff up too. Come in here, construction. Come on. There we go. Jeez, that took forever to get in. We're gonna come over here and do a little. Oh yeah, you can see how. Look how sharp that is. Dang. Give it a nice smooth edge. Painting with Ross here. And yeah, I think that's gonna be good right there. Just a little smoothing out. Yeah, there we go. Now that should have got rid of that crazy lump we had there. I say it should have. Okay. So I noticed this the other day whenever I was doing some terrain deformation. You notice how the tires look like they're actually sitting on top of the grass right here, like they're floating. We just lowered all that, so we should not be driving all crazy like we have a lump here. But for some reason, it doesn't update. So once we go out of the game and come back in, that will be fixed. But right now, it still thinks there's a hump there. I don't know why. I just noticed that like yesterday, the day before. Well, as far as being able to join me, I was hoping that after Giants does the next update, I mean, I could probably do it now, but I want to wait until after the 7th when they do the next update. I want to set up the community multiplayer server, and then it'll be crossplay. And whenever you stream, just stream with the community. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! We're not hiring you, pal. We're not hiring you. Get out of here. Put that stuff back down. That's kind of it's just kind of what I was thinking. Can we drop it, please? Drop it like it's hot. Thank you. Thank you. Turn those both on. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is on the weekends we stream the community the community game. So those people that are part of the community, they come in and join the game, and the farm works together. If you want to get on there during the week, get on there during the week. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there you go. That's what a lot of people seem to do, Mark, is they'll listen to a stream and play the game at the same time. I do the same stuff, a lot of times. If I'm not recording and I'm playing a game, I'm usually listening to somebody else. Do the exact same thing. On Tuesday? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, there's no rush. Giants won't be back until the 7th, and I'm not sure when they're going to do their update. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be pretty soon after they come back. there's a lot of things that they need to address. I mean, the game works. It works. You know, you can play the game and you can have a good time playing it. But if you start really digging into the meat and potatoes of it, you'll start to find the chinks in the armor. More headland. You got how many thousand chickens on your farm? Is that even possible? Or could I say, how is that possible? This is... Because of the thing that I use to read chat, the length of your name covers the first two letters of everything that you type. So I can't tell what number that is. I just know you said thousands, and there's two numbers there, and it kind of looks like maybe a 3, like you got 30,000 chickens. That's a lot. If you had 1,000 chickens, that's a lot. 72. Oh, wow. Wow. This is what I should have done. Right there. 72,000 chickens. What are you, crazy, man? How the hell can you feed all those? You should have cleared it. You could. We'll break the server. You'll notice, like going on these up-down rows, the grass, the windrow itself, you'll see it kind of popping in a weird way. Why is it so narrow? Okay, I feel like I'm off course here, but we're locked in. But you'll see the way it pops in, and that's one of those things that Giants needs to address. The cutter did too? Yeah. There we go. Need to, yeah, I forgot to wash it before I got started. Wash it and repair it. Oh well. And it like that little bouncing stuff right there. That has to do with how much it is cutting. It's getting too much underneath it, makes it bug. So stuff like that. They're little things. It's not like it's a big deal. But when everything runs nice and smooth, it's it's a lot funner to play. Good deal. The more elaborate, the better. I'll just come hang out on your farm. I don't think I don't think my farm builds are particularly impressive. I'm not so great at design. I've seen some people's farm builds and they're actually really nice. They got a good flow to the layout. It just seems to work, and you know, the space is utilized really well. Mine looks like a 5-year-old did it. That's right, it works. I sat down with my box of crayons and drew out my diagram. Definitely gonna have plenty of silage. I mean, we haven't even had a chance to make the TMR for the buffaloes because we haven't got any wheat or straw, I should say. Turn all that off. Raise all that up. Come on, you got this. Fold all that up. Now let's go wash it. Because it's some kind of filthy. I mean, oh, gone. Man. It almost looks like the bottom's rusting out. It kind of looks pitted. Yeah, but you gotta start taking better care of the mower, man. That thing's gonna fall apart on us. It's gonna be a who used the mower last. You guys are gonna be like, Desert Ox used it last. I'm like, oh, that's why it's so damn dirty. Yeah, I like this little, it's like a little welder that you can use for a workshop, but you can't customize if you use it. That's like its only real downside, which isn't a big deal. Oh yeah, we gotta really get into them crevices on this. Bring it back to life. Man, it's almost like the paint is repainting itself. Like the rust is going away. Holy cow. That thing looks brand spanking new now. Only 2% damage? That's not bad. It'd be as dirty as it was. Now, supposedly, the amount of dirt that you have on a piece of equipment is supposed to affect its wear, how fast it takes on damage. So, if you got lots of wear, and that's all cleaned off. If you got lots of wear, or not lots of wear, but lots of dirt, you should get lots of wear. And you just cut that whole field, and that's only 2%. I mean, I did repair them before I put them up. I did the maintenance on them, man. I just didn't wash them off. Alright, make this settle. All good. And we'll go ahead and repair that while it's still cheap. $5. That's just like charging somebody to take your blades off and sharpen them for you. Okay, good deal. Now we can take all this back over. We already burned up a half a tank of fuel in this. Holy cow. I do have this cool script mod that I put on here. And because of it, I think I may get a different baler. Because as cool as the John Deere baler is, it only does 125s. And I'm not gonna lie, only been able to do a 125 bale absolutely sucks. Because you end up with so many bales. I want to, let's see, where are the bales at? Grassland, round balers. Like, we got this one. This is the only one that wraps. Or it used to be. But now, we got the Pottinger. And it'll do 180s. Or, I should say 150s. because we want them wrapped. This only does the 125s. Oh wait, what? It'll do up to a 150? That's. I could have swore these only did 150 or 125s. But that's nice. I do like that. We don't have a bale storage, so I don't really want to use that. But I do want to get rid of the John Deere for the Pottinger, just because I can get the bigger bale size. Because I don't want to have 50 million bales that I have to move around. See, this it's still showing it all. Oh wait, the update? Is it nice and smooth now? So maybe it's just the game that's slow to update. Okay. Yeah, see, it's not so harsh right there now. That's good. Oh, oh. It's like whenever I pulled up here before, we had that big hump there. It's not there now. I really messed up that turn. That little bump doesn't count, Mark. It doesn't count. It wasn't a wreck. Rubbin's racing. I'm just saying. Okay, so that gets that. Grass field needs to be rolled, but we don't need to roll it yet. Now, as far as the baler goes, is it leased or is it purchased? Let's see. It's not the 36. There we go. It is leased. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just go ahead and return it. Yep. And let's just go ahead and lease the other one, because we don't want to purchase it all the way. Is there, by chance, before we do this, one of these that wraps? Yeah, it just looks like it should wrap. So, alright, that's no worries. We got this jewel right here. Got the Michelins. Since we're doing silage, we'll put the film. We're gonna hold that moisture in there and get it all nice and sweaty, so it ferments real good. We'll stick with black, or I don't know, a better color. Like the white, to be honest with you. That's a little too faded looking. That's all right. You know, I'm just gonna stick with the black. Yeah. Oh, ooh, I'm glad we didn't have enough money, because I didn't want to buy it. I want to lease it. Thank you. All right. Go get us our new trailer. Always something to do on the farm. You can never get caught up. When you think you got everything knocked out, you just look around for a second and go, oh wait, no, I need to go do this. And then I need to go do that. I mean, I know that field's getting all grown up with weeds, but that one really isn't even something to worry about. So we got all those pallets that we could get moved. Probably not a bad idea to lime the rice field. We got to get this stuff baled up. I mean, I suppose we could probably let it slide. But if you just keep letting things slide, you just fall further and further behind. And we get all that silage. Man, that's good money. I'm not sure where we're going to store it. That's going to be the tricky part. We're going to have to find somewhere to put us a bale storage so we can hold that stuff until we get our peak price on it. Oh boy, things are starting to look a whole lot different for the farm. It's really starting to take off. You know, if we do the community server, so we got, you know, the community gets to jump in and play together on the weekends, that sort of thing. Might have to turn this one into a one of the Let's Play series. So we'd have one on Riverbend, one here, and one on New Frontier. I was going to do it on Bear Wallow. That's another map that's out. It's a PC only map right now. I'm sure it'll probably end up coming to console, you know, once it goes through testing and stuff. But it's a cool map. But it really didn't offer anything special other than going, hey, look at me, I can play on a map that nobody else can play on. So I was just like, nah, we'll stick with New Frontier. It's like that that Riverbend Cannabis map. It's kind of like that. It's on itch. It's the modder that made it. He put it up there. You know, I didn't even look whenever I picked this up if we could get a bell-end turner. Gee. I guess I did look. Okay. No bell-end turner. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that part kind of stinks. Bell size is 125, 150. There we go. Before we make that mistake all over again. I've only done it like a half a dozen times. Forgot to change the bell size. It'd be nice on this field here on the right. I mean, just as you drive up this road, it's just our fields on both sides. It's just kind of cool. Then the field that's up at the top of the hill, we'll see it in just a second. I'd like to get that one too. Just have this whole area. When you just have the rice fields, this side is just kind of like, eh. But when you start owning everything up and down the road, it starts to look like a much cooler area. Yeah, this field that's at the top of the hill right here in front of us, I'd like to own that field too. Maybe, I mean, with the size of that field, it's just I'd like to use it for crops, but with the limited space, oh, you know what? In that area right there next to the field, probably a good spot to put a bell barn. Probably not a bad idea, because it's right next door to the grass field. That's a great idea. That film is pretty cool looking. See this field? I mean, I'd like to have this field too. I don't really want to grow corn in it, but it would be nice to have Manitou M50. What's that? Oh. You know, we are in the market for a forklift. And that wouldn't be bad. And it's on sale. Because like the little pallets that we got out front. We're talking about cutting it close to the corn. Holy cow. We don't have permission. Who owns that field? No, that's actually a good question. Who does own that field? Don't care about that. It doesn't tell you who owns the field anymore. You had to go through the contracts to see it. Is there one on 34? They're probably not because it's not ready to harvest yet. No, nothing for 34. No fertilizing or nothing. Oh, that's farmland. Is it farmland? Yeah, it's farmland 34. Okay, it's listing it that way. Yeah, I don't know. You know, used to you could tell who owned the field. Am I missing something there? I just swore that used to you could just click it. Like you could hit X on your keyboard and just click the map and it'd give you like the field size and all that kind of information. And we get the field size, but we don't find out who owns it or any of that kind of good stuff. You know, I'm nosy, man. I want to know who owns what. It's a big old piece of farmland, though. Look, you get all this. Wait, there's roads that go through there? I didn't realize there were little dirt roads going through there. How about that? Okay, so we got logging trails. And we own some of this forest right here. So around the buffalo pasture, I mean, we could get to cutting some trees out over there. And start expanding over that way. Oh well, I don't know. It'd be nice to be able to see who owned what land. I don't know why. I just like being able to see who owns what. You know, I'd like to know if David's got property right next door. Just saying. Bales rolling down the hill on us. They're not. They're at least staying in place. That's good. I was afraid that they would roll down the hill. I'm sure some of them will. See how this does after it gets dropped. I mean, we're going this way. It just plopped and stopped. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I thought once it hit the dirt that momentum was going to make it roll. That's good, I suppose. I don't want to chase bales down the hill, have them running across the road. And I can see it now. Cars coming down the road. Bale just rolls right on out there in front of them. Next thing you know, I'm sitting in court because of a stupid bale. Or worse, I'm sitting in jail because of a stupid bale. You know, rolled out in front of somebody, totaled a car, and somebody's done got hurt, and they try to blame me for gravity. I think. Oh, that's probably a bad idea. I probably shouldn't think. Sit you right here next to your little buddy. just me, or the sounds on this game just awesome. These different tractors, the sounds between this tractor and that little John Deere 3650. The sounds of these two tractors, I absolutely love them. Just listen to it. Just listen to it. Get up here where we can hear it. You can hear that little whine from that turbo. Oh, that thing sounds so badass. I know that it's a kind of a weird thing to get all excited about, but I mean, it's part of what helps sell the game. I mean, how weird would it sound if it was like some 8-bit sound? Oh yeah? What's your partner in crime's name? We've got one named Max and one named Bill. And we keep them away from the White Wolf Gerald. It is awesome, Mark. It is awesome. The first time, like, I saw that we were going to have to start with like a little 3650 on Riverbend Springs. And I was like, man, I want this stupid ass little tractor. And I hopped in there and fired that thing up. And I was like, sold. I will have this tractor on every playthrough. the sound of that little thing, I'm just like, damn, this thing is amazing, man. It's easily one of my favorite tractors in the game now. They put enough equipment in the game that make it a very usable piece of equipment. I thought that the white was probably going to be like one of the most popular tractors because price-wise, it's easily one of the cheapest tractors, and then you can get it all the way to 225 horsepower. It's like, yeah, everybody's going to have a white on their farm. Everybody's going to have it because it's cheap. You know, why wouldn't you? 225 horsepower for, I think it's $67,500. You know, if you put the upgraded motor in it, and it's like, that's a really great price for 225 horses. I mean, you look at the other tractors in that same category, and you'll spend over $200,000, or right there at $200,000. Can't beat it. But at 225 horses, you keep you're just outside of that horsepower range that you need to be able to get the equipment that you want to be able to use, you know, for that bigger stuff. You're still pretty well locked into the same range as that little 3650. You know, so it's like, well, why spend all the extra money to get the bigger tractor, even though you can't really do much with it? There's a few things that you can, you know, you have an advantage with, but for the most part, there's no real advantage to having that tractor. So as far as that little 3650 goes, I think Giants did a pretty good job of making sure you had equipment to use with the smaller tractors. I'm not generally a small tractor fan. I usually like going for, you know, the large tractors. I like the big horsepower with the big implements and the big fields. But that little 3650 has really re-geared me, man. Hopped in that thing and heard that engine, and I was like, ooh, I think I'm in love. Got 3 rows left. Got this knocked out in no time. Yeah, there's certain things about this game that I don't know. I kind of geek out over them. You know, I never played Farm Sim 19, but whenever I look at images of 19 compared to 22, there's very, very little difference in like the models, and I don't really, you know, I really don't think of the two games as being a whole lot different. Now, I do like the look of 22 a lot better than 19. 19 just had this kind of arcadey appearance about it, and I didn't particularly care for that. It was honestly, it was kind of a turn off as far as, you know, the game goes. So it kept me from ever really playing it. I don't know. It's weird because I mean, it's not like I was into farming games before I got into Farming Simulator. You know, I didn't have much of an opinion of them, but I did have the opinion that it looks like a game, and I don't want to play a farming game. But 22 had more of a realistic appearance, even though the models were pretty well the same. But on 25, these models, the texturing in the models just looks, I don't know, it's a cut above, man. It really is. That's another one of those things that I get absorbed in. Like I was on Riverbend Springs and I was driving the little international truck around. I had it in the cab view like this, and I pulled up at the wholesale where you can buy pretty much any pallet you want. And I mean, you guys that are caught up with the Let's Plays, I mean, you saw whenever I pulled up to, you know, to buy some of those pallets for the lumber, and I could see the reflection of the wholesale sign on the hood of that International, that pickup truck, and you could see it just as plain as day. It's not like my paint's a little pitted on this one, but you could see it just as plain as day. It was like just mirrored, and I was like, wow, that looks so cool. 17, then 22 and 25. Oh, I'm rolling backwards. You're trying your best to get me to wreck, aren't you, Mark? Did you ever play like 19, or you went 17 straight to 22? So you didn't have the appeal for 19 either? Because I know whenever I was looking at the game after I started playing 22, actually just before I started playing 22, when I was looking at them, 17 actually looked more appealing to me. You started all the way back then? Wow. And that modding bug has just been crawling on you the whole time, hasn't it? Just kept thinking, I sure wish I could do that. And now you're like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Attach it right there. That fancy roller. Don't got any seeds that need to be rolled though. And this other cultivator, probably should just sell this thing now that we have the other one, because they're the same size. But this is not a deep cultivator. Not like that one over there. That monster right there, I mean, it looks like it'll eat your face off just sitting there. So we got all our bales. We need to go and pick them up. I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to do that today. Probably save that for next week. I'm not trying to get you to... No, I know that, man. I just keep picking at you, that's all. Just messing with you. That's all it is. Don't pay that no mind. Look out over my empire. Let's see. So that's done down there. Probably needs to be limed. I guess there's a way to figure that out, right? Come over here and look. Let's see, needs lime? Nope. None of the fields need lime. That's been mulched. It's even got some fertilizing on it. That's kind of nice. So. Needs rolling. Wait, it needs to be rolled. It hasn't even been planted. Why would I roll it? There's not even anything growing in this field. You want me to make a seed bed? I mean, I've done it. Watered. What? What? Why is there a watered state? I mean, I can't see my greenhouses. What can we water? What is that a mechanic that they were going to put in here that they didn't put in? Look at that. I've got some fertilizer showing through in the pasture. I wonder if that's where the cows have eaten the grass away in the meadow. Or not the cows, but the buffaloes. This is oh, that's strange. What can be watered that has to do with the soil composition? I don't see anything turning on and off. Let me zoom out. It should be a turn all these other ones off. There's nothing. Nothing. You would think it would have to do with like your greenhouses, but they're not showing up. Maybe that's something that needs to be updated. Maybe like if you have, you know, because that's the only thing I can think of. Oh, yeah, okay, good point. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I am a complete dumbass. Oh my goodness, I'm standing on a damn rice field. Okay. Freaking idiot. Golly. Whew, thanks, appreciate that. Thanks for calling me out, buddy. Yep, like I was saying before, I'm making a complete dumbass out of myself. Alright. Get my butt off of this field now. So, need to go ahead and lease the stone picker. Because if I don't, I'll forget about the stone picker. And I think, yeah, we passed this up top here. Because I can't even figure out what water is for. I think we'll just go with the, let's see, what's the lease price on this one? Big old monster. Get them knocked out quick. This one, that's $3 grand. And this one is almost the same price. But we get 4 meters more on the other. Yeah. 4 meters. You know what? These fields are just too damn small. Let's go with this one. I get those long arms on there and they'll be all in the way. I'm just going to lease it. I don't want to buy it. So we'll have that. So we'll have that. The next time is to get up the rocks. And we don't need to lime anything. May look into doing another contract or two. As a matter of fact, let's see what's available. That's nice. Some sorghum. Not gonna lie, I'll take that all day long. And I'm gonna borrow your stuff, pal, because it's closer and it's only. Oh, wait. Nope, I'm gonna use my own stuff because you want $1,000 and it's only a $3,000 contract. Okay, so we'll take that. And that's another cultivating contract on field 1. We will borrow the stuff for this one because it's only $400 for that. And these will be the things that, like, when we come back next week, they'll be the things we start off with on the stream. Get these, get these knocked out. And then by the time that stuff gets knocked out, should be time to go into the next day, and we can do our crops. If it works out right. Could probably borrow and get all those. I don't know. That's a planting. Could borrow that. It's only $600 to borrow that and have it go plant that crop. Spraying. Grass tedding, wood transport. $11,000 for. Okay, yeah, we'll stick it. We'll stick with what we got. We'll stick with these two for right now. I'm trying to get it too overloaded. I'm not trying to race to the finish line or anything. We've got those guys are taken care of. They got plenty of food for now. And then these fields, they just got to be planted next month. So it looks like we're at a spot that we can call it and feel okay about what's happening. I got some things that I need to get done this evening myself. So I think right here is where I will call it. And I hope to see you guys next week. Any of you that haven't already that are hanging out in the chat, drop us a like if you've enjoyed the content. If you'd like to see more of what we do, you can always subscribe and head over to the channel and check out the Let's Play that's over there. I have a couple of videos also there if you want to find his collectibles. Like if you want to know where they're all at here on Hutan, I've got a video for that, and I've got one for Riverbend Springs. If you're on Sri Lanka, I didn't make one for Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka was on 22, and I'm pretty sure there's like a ton of those out there already for Sri Lanka. Awesome. I'll be checking those out, I'm sure. The screenshots. So yeah, if you're not in the Discord and you want to be a part of the community, hang out with the, Louisiana State Modding, he's in the Discord. He's dropped some screenshots in there here recently of this new desk that he plans on getting to do his modding and stuff with. It's pretty cool. And his partner in crime he was mentioning earlier, he's got a picture of his partner in crime. So if you guys want to see a picture of a cute little kitty cat, he's up there. That sort of thing. It's just a place where you can hang out and talk about farm sim, share your stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. And I hope to see you guys next week. Oh, you know what? Before you take off, next week we will be going back to Sunday. We are done with peak. 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 Hallelujah. We are done with peak. So next week we will be going to Sunday like we were before, and it'll be at the same time. So it'll be Sundays at 8 o'clock. Probably until next year or until the end of the year when we go and peak again. And hopefully peak isn't anything like it was this year because it was a nightmare. But anyhow, aside from that, yeah, next week we'll be on Sunday. And I think that pretty well covers everything. So I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you have a good week. And I hope you have a good year. So we'll see you next week. Peace. That was straight fire. Okay. Later, guys.